Hey guys, so this is another Who to Summon video, and this time around we have some very good options. I mean, nobody was expecting these. Well, one person in the Discord server was asking for it, and he got his wish. So, congrats to you, guy. But I know that a lot of other people were waiting for this one. So we are going to talk about today these three nice, very nice options, actually. But let's start with the new run real quick here. So Gracia, I already released an update video on her, so go check it out. You'll know how I actually feel about her, but I think that she's a very good hero. When she's +1, you're able to combine her with other counter heroes in that situation. She's able to do a lot of very cool things that I was not expecting. She's good on the attack, she's good on defense, she does have very nice options. Her awakenings aren't as powerful as you would have wanted. The +3 is actually, yeah, it's a very, very old, like starting the game 2 years ago awakening. So yeah, it's not as powerful you would expect it. But in general, she's a very good hero, very powerful. Yeah, you can do a lot of things with Gracia for sure. She cleanses, she dispels, she creates shields, she heals, she does damage. She does a lot of things. I'm very impressed with her, and I do plan to use her on my second green team for sure. Even if I have her at +1, I'm definitely going to use her for sure. And yeah, very cool stuff, guys. Now, I'm going to talk about this one real quick. Raphael. Raphael is an amazing hero, and listen closely, even a freaking +0. I've used her at +0 with a team full of +5 heroes that are 5 stars, and yeah, she changes the game completely simply because she breaks shields. She's the only yellow hero in the entire game that breaks shields. Once you break those shields, which I remind you that shields cuts damage by 50%. Once that is broken, any yellow team you use, that damage is going to go straight to the enemy, and it's going to do a lot more damage than what you would have done originally without her in that situation. So she's not exactly a must-have hero. However, yeah, she changes the game so much. I mean, she's so close to being a must-have hero, because the thing is that there are many yellow attack teams in the game, and some of them don't use Raphael. They don't need Raphael in that case. But I keep coming back to her. I keep coming back to her in that situation because she is so great at breaking the shields and helping to get that damage through to the enemy that it's sometimes it's the difference between winning and losing when you're playing on PvP. So if you don't have Raphael at +0, you better try to get her, guys, because she is a very, very powerful hero, even at +0, just for breaking shields. Now, you do have to take into account that she does revive yellow heroes. However, in a not so recent update, she did get nerfed in that case, because you were able to revive your yellow heroes indefinitely over and over and over again. Now you're only able to revive a specific hero only 2 times. After you revive them 2 times, that's it. And once you revive that hero, you're going to notice that that hero is going to die a lot faster. I don't know exactly why. Probably because that hero lost all the buffs and all that good stuff that come when you start the game. And that's why that hero dies so quickly. But the hero dies really quickly, and you have to take that into account. Probably add another hero that creates shields like Lorenzo, so that hero doesn't die so quickly in that case. But once that hero dies 2 times, you won't be able to revive him in that situation. Well, once you revive him 2 times, that's the correct term. You won't be able to revive him again for the rest of the fight. So you have to take that into account. Sadly, that is a really big nerf. I used to like revive heroes over and over and over and over until I win. But in that case, yeah, you have to take that into account. But breaking shields is incredibly powerful, guys, for sure. Now, let's talk about the jewel. I mean, yeah, spoiler alert. Zeus is a must-have hero by far. And if you've seen the history of the game, Zeus has been offered unsummons only a few times, and the last time he was offered was with Ruby. So him and Ruby at the same time. So if you wanted Zeus and you summoned and you got Ruby instead, yeah, you probably were really, really pissed in that situation. Because, yeah, I remember bunch of people getting mad over that. But now, by surprise, I mean, nobody expected Zeus to be offered on summons. Everybody was expecting him to be offered in the shops and things like that. So now you have the opportunity to finally get frickin' Zeus, just Zeus, not frickin' Ruby, in a summon. So that is monumental for a lot of people. I know a bunch of people that have been waiting for this specific hero, and they have been saving souls to get him to +5 as soon as possible. So yeah, guys, this is an incredible chance to get Zeus. Because let me tell you, unlike Raphael, Zeus is in every single yellow attack team in the entire freaking game that it's successful, high level. Everybody has Zeus and Apollo combined, and makes yellow like almost go off every single turn when they create stones. Some people like to put Zeus on the very left, outmost left on the team, so Apollo charges him with mana and he goes off every single freaking turn. A lot of people love to use it that way, just because Zeus is +5 with his weapon Awakened. Does so much freaking disgusting damage with the stones. It's not even funny. Most of the time, you could. I've seen teams that only Zeus is the hero that is doing damage, and they still win. Cause yeah, with his weapon and himself at +5, he does a disgusting amounts of damage. It's so disgusting, guys, for sure. So Zeus is a must-have hero. If you do not have him, you have to get him to +0, and through events, get him to +5. So that's the beautiful thing about this guy. You don't have to awaken him additionally by summons. You just need to get him once at +0, and then with events, you're able to get him to +5. That is the most best deal that you're able to get in the entire game in this situation. He's a must-have hero. You can get him to +5 without having to summon a bunch of times, and yeah, he's gonna do a lot of work. I promise you, Zeus is gonna do a lot of work as long as you make sure that he doesn't die. And so you gotta give him love in that situation. So yeah, for sure, guys, Zeus is an amazing addition for summons. Anybody that is not happy with him being there, yeah, well, I mean, a lot more people have been waiting for this guy for ages, and the time has finally come. So who do I recommend to summon as a number one option? That's definitely going to be Zeus. Zeus, I mean, as I already explained, Zeus has been needed for so long. People have been complaining for not getting healed for so long. I mean, there is no way that if you don't have Zeus, I don't know what you're thinking. Summon this guy and you won't regret it. Period. And get him to +5 through events, for sure. In that situation. Option number 2, I mean, the thing is that Gracia is an amazing hero, but she's not as good as she should be at +0. So that's why I'm going to recommend you guys to get Raphael in this case. Because the thing is that unlike Gracia, you are able to get a very nice use for Raphael at +0. So she will be very useful for you at that level. If you get her to +1, that is an amazing upgrade for her, for sure. Reducing the skill damage by 30%, and also reviving for and becoming immortal for 3 freaking turns is disgusting. Disgusting +1. But if you only have enough to get her to +0, she is an incredible upgrade to many yellow teams in the game, for sure. Even at +0, in that situation. So I would recommend her as the second option. And then finally, Gracia. Gracia, she's not so good at +0, but once you get her to she is good at +0. However, once you get her to +1, that upgrades her so much. That counter and dispelling is so disgusting. If a hero goes off at your enemy team, they go off. They get the buffs, like for example, Luna or damager, or imagine that agony goes off. This gal counterattacks, and she's going to counter that damager, that dodge from Luna, all that good stuff automatically. You don't have to activate her. You don't have to have the mana active in that situation. So even at +0, +1, she's gonna do a lot of work. You have no idea. She does so many things in that situation. Yeah, for sure, guys. She's a very good hero. So this time around, we have very good options in this situation, guys. So yeah, I can understand how hard it could be to choosing, but I'm going to choose in reference to how easily you can actually upgrade these guys, because this guy has been waiting for so long, and you can get him to +5. This gal, you can use her at +0, and she's gonna do wonders for you. And then this gal over here at +1, she is going to do a lot of things for you, a lot, for sure. So let's talk about the 4 stars. We do have many good options this time around. Like Dylan, actually, he's not a very good option, sadly. If you don't have better options and you already have him, sure, you can use him. But he doesn't really do much in that situation, which is sad. Yeah, not being healed, it's not an ability you really want to have, especially if you're freaking slow. So Dylan is not exactly a good hero to actually look for and actually upgrade, sadly, in this situation. Now, Robert is one of the very few 4 stars that I still use in the game, if you can't believe it. Because Robert, I do use him in Tower of Illusion. Because usually when I attack to get as many shots as possible and finish Tower Illusion as much as possible, I use 1 or 2 5 stars, and then I add maybe 1, maybe 2 4 stars to actually finish the job. And this guy, by giving more attack to those few heroes that I'm actually using to actually in that situation eliminate in 2 turns, this guy adding 43% attack to greens is amazing for me. He is a fast hero, so yeah, that is another thing that you have to take into account. He's a pretty good 4-star for sure. Raising the attack, fast hero, yeah, very cool stuff, guys. Very powerful stuff. Now, over here, we do also have 2 good options, although these 2 heroes have been around like for ages in the game, so most probably you already have these 2. So probably you won't be needing to actually summon to get them. However, they're pretty good. Jacob, when he's completely awakened, he's pretty good. Because he attacks, he charges a lot faster. Because the thing is that he hits like a truck. For a 4-star, he hits really strong, but he is a slow hero, so he's going to need to be awakened to actually, you can see the actual fruits of your labor in that situation. And it is nice that when he actually attacks, he does dispel buffs in that situation, so that's very powerful. I've seen many free-to-play players using this guy in their yellow teams, and him being the main damage dealer, and for good reason. He does hit very hard in that situation, and has he does a lot of stuff, guys. And his weapon, yeah, it's pretty much the same thing that in his faction that activates with in this situation with dealing with weak damage to weaker element in that case. And so probably better to give him another weapon, because if he's only going to get 34% crit, it's probably better to just give another weapon like Palmyra's weapon that gives him 50% crit chance in that situation. Now, Gwenda is a sort of an army knife hero. The thing is that she dispels, she heals, and it does damage to the heroes in that situation, and weaker element. So if you do have her, she can be used for different things, especially specifically for dispelling. And since she is average speed, she is going to be useful in going off more and more in that situation. So Gwenda is another good hero, but as I said, you probably already have her in this case. And finally, these 2 options. Yeah, let's talk about Dana real quick. So Dana is an amazing hero. If you're free to play, you need this. If you're free to play, she's a must-have hero for you, specifically. Why? Because most likely you don't have Valerie, so you are going to need a hero that actually cleanses. And in purple, there's very few heroes that actually cleanse debuff for your allies. So let's face it, if you're free to play, you don't have Valerie, and you are going to need a hero that heals and cleanses, and you're not going to have it. But Dana is going to give you the cleansing, and Caitlyn, let me show you Caitlyn real quick. is the one that's gonna give you the heals. So most likely you do, if you're free to play, you probably have Caitlyn in your team for healing, but you're gonna notice that you're gonna get destroyed by other enemies like Elmist. Yeah, you're gonna get destroyed if you have if you're fighting against Elmist and Caitlyn can't even heal. However, if you bring in Dana, where are you, Dana? You'll be able to cleanse first and then activate Caitlyn the healing, so that way you can actually survive in that situation. So definitely, if you're free to play, you are going to need Dana for sure and Caitlyn to be able to actually have a very good purple team and to be able to win versus so many enemies that's going to put so many powerful debuffs on you and try to make you lose. So yeah, Dana is definitely a hero that you must have if you're free to play. And Vita, when she was released, I was really wanting to like Vita, but raising defense for all blue heroes is usually not very useful. And especially if you're a freaking slow speed, yeah, it's not very useful. Not a lot of people use her in that case. If it were attack, that would be freaking amazing. But defense, it's not very necessary in that case because yeah, blue heals a lot. Almost every single freaking turn it heals a lot. So you're not gonna really need a lot of defense. So I really don't. If you have Vita, I don't really recommend you to upgrade her in this case. So out of all these 4 stars, probably the number one option I would recommend is definitely Dana. Dana, as I explained, you need cleansing and you need healing, and so with the other hero I mentioned a second ago, both of them together, Caitlyn, you'll be able to actually cleanse and also heal in this case. So definitely Dana is a must-have if you're free to play. That's the number one option here. And the second option here is definitely Robert. Robert is going to add that extra attack. If you don't have Miranda, you are going to use Robert every single time you use green. And if you're playing free to play in that case. If you already have Miranda, you're probably not going to use Robert a lot. But you're probably going to use him in Tower of Illusion like I use it. So yeah, very cool stuff, guys. And after that, probably any of these 2 heroes, Jacob and Gwenda in that situation, if you don't have them, which is really weird because these are pretty old heroes. But if you don't have them a +4, probably you should be able to get them here in this case for sure. So as I said, number one option for 4 stars, Dana. Second option, Robert, and then these 2 guys over here. Alright guys, if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, please leave it in the comments and we'll talk about it. Alright, thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.